a part of the Greenlit Podcast Network.
Live from the 2DCon 2021 panel room in Fingers Crossed, Minneapolis, this is Nice Games Club, the show where nice game devs talk gaming and game development.
I'm Ellen Burns-Johnson, and I make nice games.
I'm Steve McGregor, and I make nice games.
I'm Mark LaCroix. I, too, make nice games. For this week's episode, it's a live-on-stage Nice Games Jam. Your nice host will take a prompt from the audience. Audience? I'm convinced. And we'll come up with a game by the end of the episode. Will it work? We and all of you are about to find out. So for listeners who just joined us, we've been chatting for a moment with the folks in the live audience about what we're doing here, which is another Nice Games Jam. But this time, it's a little different, right, Ellen?
Whoa, yeah. Okay, so we put together a poll using polleverywhere.com, and we've added kind of a brainstorming feature. So people, as they've come in, have looked at this URL, and you've gone to the URL, and you've entered some crazy ideas, and you've also voted on what ideas you think are the best. So we've got a bunch of things here. We've got everything from chess 2 to floating islands train, poop train heist. Lots of poop train ideas on this one. The top 3 that we've got so far are chess 2, 4-dimensional, and a theme of Welcome to Night Vale, which is a great podcast about a spooky town.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know about it, to be honest.
So I think what we might want to do here is maybe start with the top 3 voted ideas that we've got. We've got chess 2, 4-dimensional, and Welcome to Night Vale, like I just mentioned, and we can maybe grab those 3 ideas and start running with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll take all 3 into account.
I think we should do that, right?
So Nice Game Jam hard mode is what you're saying.
Well, I don't know about that, because constraints on your creativity sometimes make it actually easier to create, right? If you're
That's
starting
true.
from a whole entire universe of ideas,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that can actually make it harder to build something quickly. Because
Very true.
you got to kick back and be like, well, where could we go from here? But I think if we kind of constrain ourselves a little bit more, that might get things popping a bit faster.
Okay.
So let's write it down.
Right.
Chess 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Chess 2. That's a 4th idea, Stephen. I don't
Oh,
know.
sorry.
Yeah, you are not allowed to add ideas.
Chess
Okay, fair
2,
enough.
4-dimensional. Ooh.
It's so funny because, like, chess 2, I'm like, okay, 3-dimensional chess. Nope,
Ooh.
we got.
We gotta do 4-dimensional.
It's too
chess.
easy. It's too easy.
Yep. And Welcome to Night Vale.
Okay.
Like
So,
it.
let's maybe talk a little bit. We've got like 45 minutes before we got to be out of here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe what we can do is for the next 5 minutes, just talk a little bit about some ideas, both thematically and also maybe mechanically, that come up when we're reading these 3 things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stephen, you want to go first?
Chess 2 with a temporal action.
Yeah, like the 4-dimensional thing.
I had it already
Yeah.
planned out. I'm ready.
That was mine too, though. Shoot.
Well, we also need a scope within the hour. That's an important
Right.
part of game development. It's
Very
like
true.
you can have a million ideas that could set you on a 5-year journey.
Yes.
And sometimes that's optimistic.
Yeah.
But what's important about this format is we have something we're like, okay, what can we do in 3/4 of an hour? And
Right.
so, it's helpful to start from something that's a board game, right? Like chess 2, okay.
Yeah.
It's an abstract strategy game.
Yes.
We don't need to worry about, it could be 2 players, perfect information.
Yep.
It's my kind of jam. I love it.
Yeah.
But 4-dimensional gives us a little bit of a requirement. Like, okay, so does it need to have some sort of like undo actions?
That's
right?
what I was thinking.
Oh,
Yeah.
fascinating. An undo
Ooh, I better write this
option?
down.
And then Welcome to Night Vale, it should also be spooky. Like,
Where? Okay.
Yes.
that one's throwing me for a loop just because I'm not familiar with that show.
Spooky. We got
So-
Boo.
So, what's the word? It's not spooky. I'm having a
Creepy.
brain thing. No.
Scary.
It's the
Frightening.
no. It's
Sorry.
Altogether
I mean-
kooky? Is that how that song goes?
I'm
not
making-
Addams Family spooky. It's like cosmic horror spooky.
Oh,
Lovecraftian.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's the one.
Lovecraftian
Yeah.
spooky. My favorite part of the Welcome to Night Vale shtick is the dog park. And you're
yeah.
not supposed to talk about the dog
Steven,
park.
you went, oh yeah, like you knew what she's talking
Right,
about.
of course. The dog park.
You're not supposed to look at the dog park.
That's the secret of podcast folk, because sometimes you just nod and go, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
You're not supposed to go into the dog park. They did one episode. It was bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are some other, let's ask the audience, what are some other things from Welcome to Night Vale that might be fun to work into this game jam?
Yeah.
All hail the glow cloud.
Glow? Okay.
Glow.
Steven,
GL.
we are going to look all of this up later.
Uh-huh.
What was that?
Drop dead animals.
Okay.
PTA? What?
How do you spell cloud?
Say
Not
something else so
glow.
Steven can say what to it.
Dog
My
park.
default state is confused. So
Desert Bluffs, that's right.
What? Okay.
You guys need to listen to this podcast. It's so good.
Apparently.
Do we have time? Can we take a break and come back?
45 minutes, right?
Oh, okay.
No, that's why we could go with some of the biggest things from Welcome to Night Vale, like the glow cloud.
Yeah.
All hail.
let's commit now. Let's make this let's design this like it's a licensed property.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I mean, we're not going to put this on the market. We can
start
enter
down
a
that
fantasy
road.
world where we've gotten this license.
I mean, contact us, Night Vale, if you're interested.
Well,
but-
let's see if we come up with something good for
Yeah,
this.
okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
yeah.
Besides, it's chess 2. It's not chess 1.
Uh-huh.
It's not just Night Vale themed chess.
It's
We've got to come up with
The
chess
sequel to chess.
and
Right.
4-dimensional, which
It's
is
chess, but
perfect.
better. Chess, but more.
chess but more.
Uh-huh.
And what the initial thought we had was chess with time travel.
Well, here's the thing. We can make, if we're going to follow these rules, and these are really important rules, we never break the rules here on the program.
Right, never.
Never, not once.
Mhm.
You don't have to listen back to confirm.
Yeah, don't do that.
A chess game
Yeah.
with a 4-dimensional component, that's chess 2, right? So it could
Yes.
just be chess, but you can undo.
So
Okay,
right?
chess, but undo.
So like that's
Is undo an action?
like you can undo instead of move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm thinking now, of course, there's a lot of like
Are we getting-
precision that goes into how chess is, like.
Yeah.
But if you, instead of making a move, you can undo your last move,
Yes.
even though the next player has done their move.
Yes.
There's like, what happens if they take a piece? Can you undo the piece they took or whatever, blah, 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 blah.
Ooh.
That would be interesting. It'd bring them back to life. So
Yeah.
a little,
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
graveyard mischief.
Oh, yep. Keep going.
Okay, so that's like, I think that's a complete idea.
Yeah.
I don't think that's enough for our purposes.
No,
but
no,
we can
because-
start with that, where it's really just the rules
Because
of chess.
we need to involve checks notes, Glow Cloud, and Dog Park, and Desert Bluffs.
Yeah.
yep.
So
Yeah, I can't speak to the specifics, but if we the thing about this is it can be a purely abstract game.
Yeah.
And then we could all of the actions can be themed. We can present them the way board games are done. Where a lot of board games, you could strip out the theme and they have the raw mechanics.
Yes.
And they still work.
Yes.
But what gives them life and what makes them fun is the imbuing those mechanics.
Right. Okay.
So because you and I are unfamiliar, we're at a huge disadvantage.
Yeah.
So I think the only way I feel competent in this scenario is to work in that kind of framework.
That makes sense to me. If we're
If
doing something wrong, audience, please boo at us.
glutton for
That's
punishment
fair.
over there.
That's fair.
I'm just saying.
Ellen, does
I
that
don't
am I
know
making
enough
any
about
sense
the
over
Night
here?
I got distracted by this Tootsie Pop. I'm kind of hungry.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
No, but it does make sense.
Okay.
So I was thinking, just kind of building on what you were saying, Mark. Maybe what we can do just to kind of make this thing a more realistic. I don't know about you guys. I don't do speed chess. When I do play chess,
Mhm.
it's fast.
Oh,
It takes a while.
Yeah.
Because I think about things a lot. But maybe what we can do, and I'm just going to move this piece of paper so we can start a fresh one. Maybe
Yes.
we can condense the board a little bit.
Yes.
So-
4x4, 5x5, fewer pieces. Just for even if for no other reason, so we can prototype it now.
Right.
We have to
Yeah.
run through a game.
That's
Um,
cool. I like that.
So I think maybe, and then maybe what we can do to kind of bring in some of the Night Vale theme is,
Draw it out.
yeah, go for it. Draw some boxes.
How do I get paper?
Pull it.
So listeners at home, we have props here on the table we've brought, and Steven's monkeying with them now.
Yes.
We got paper, we got meeples, we got amiibo, we got cards, we got a whole bunch of stuff. We didn't know we were planned for, but we're not going to use any of it. We're just going to draw on a piece of paper.
Well, we've got little chess pieces here.
I don't
and-
think I brought a whole set, which actually is kind of serves,
Which is fine.
good for our purposes.
Nope, that's
Oh,
tic-tac-toe.
hey.
I'm doing this over.
Is this a Klingon warbird?
That is in fact a D7.
This is not a
yes.
Star Trek podcast.
Somehow we brought Star Trek up. And
I
here.
knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, it happens
It
every
does
time.
happen a lot.
Oh, look, another
always
one.
happens.
Ooh, okay. So maybe what we can do is we'd have Night Vale be one side and Desert Bluffs is the other side because they're like in conflict. Their towns in conflict.
Oh, okay, so those are our
Maybe.
representative two players.
Yeah,
Okay,
So
and
maybe-
it's sort of the field on either side of the field of play.
yeah,
Okay.
Okay. That makes sense.
Mhm.
yeah.
So Steven, you're drawing a 4x4 chess.
Yes, it's not tic-tac-toe.
grid. No.
I just got it wrong the first time, and I was like, wait.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. And then I guess Zelda is the queen?
You know, how big is a regular chessboard?
It's
8x8.
8 by 8, yeah.
So this is a quarter.
Right.
The size.
But you've got time actions, right? So that affects things
Right.
Well, we'll get there when we get there.
okay.
some way, yeah.
So we can have 4 pawns, a king, a queen, a bishop, and a knight, and they'd be diagonal from each other to the other player.
So we've got.
Or
okay.
maybe we don't have a king and queen. Maybe just have one king or queen. or combined character.
Right. It's chess 2.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You can break your, break the
Mhm.
monarchic cycle here.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't have to stick, with that old way of
Very true.
thinking.
Yeah.
Well, how about
exactly.
just in terms of simplicity, why don't we do 4 pawns, 2 rooks, 2 bishops?
Oh, you want the entire board filled out?
Oh, that
Okay.
would fill out the entire board.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't
was
know
like,
if we
wait a
want to do
minute.
that.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I was out of my head just there. Okay,
No, it's all good.
But can we just have one of the Nintendo dudes because they're so tall?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, Steven. Let's
No,
have
that's
the
fine.
Boo and then Zelda.
Yes.
Okay, so we could do 3 pawns and 1 special character.
Okay.
The Boo can be Night Vale.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Because Night Vale is spooky.
Well, so is Desert Bluffs.
Oh.
Okay,
You got to
we
listen
do
to the
happen to
podcast.
have
Spoilers.
pawns of each color. We have enough pawns of each color.
Oh,
I
heck.
think.
Y'all are making this more complicated.
Okay,
That's
it
fine,
is
it's
chess
fine.
2, but it still needs opposite teams.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, we got more pawns. Okay.
Okay, and so are we
Set up.
thinking that the it's always good to forget your words when you're on an audio medium. Are they going to have the same movement capabilities as in a typical chessboard where if this is royalty and they can move any direction and the pawn can only move forward?
You know what? Let's just play this game just as normal chess, just to see if this scale downward.
Yes.
Okay.
I like it.
So our special character is going to be a king, king moves, or a bishop, or just for our purposes right now.
Let's say king moves because queens are OP.
Okay, great.
Especially on this tiny board.
All right,
so
yeah.
And so no, there's no checkmating here. You just got to defeat all the players. Ellen and Steven, why don't you go ahead and just see if you can play this game of chess? And I'll
Okay.
do play by play.
Okay, I think you go first.
Oh, because white goes.
So
first.
Steven
Yeah.
goes pawn to other space. I don't know the notation for chess. He moves a pawn forward,
Okay,
Yep.
and I'm going to move my pawn forward.
the opposing pawn. So they
How-
meet. They've
how
now
dare
met
you.
in the middle.
Aha, baited. I'm gonna undo. Can I do that? This is what we're doing.
Well, that wasn't where we're at, but sure.
All right, I'm doing it.
Do
All
you
right.
get a limited number of undos?
It just takes one of my actions.
Yeah, I think-
how I've been thinking.
That's what I think we should try. We'll see if
All
it's OP, but so now Steven's back to where he started.
You're at.
Ellen has moved her Zelda 1 square forward.
I think you made a mistake, Steven.
I'm sure I did. Okay, this one.
Steven has moved his pawn on the other side of the field forward 1.
You fool.
Yeah. I think this is I think in chess
Mm.
when you trade, you put yourself in a position to be captured
Yeah.
so that you can then do a counter capture.
Yeah.
That happens kind of mid-game in chess frequently. Seems like it's going to happen a lot earlier in this game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now Ellen has moved a pawn forward, which puts it in a position to be taken by one of Steven's, but then puts the pawn he
Right.
captures
Danger
with
from my
in
from
threat.
my.
Okay.
So now it's up
Mayor.
to Steven whether to engage with that.
They're the mayor.
exchange.
Oh, they're the mayor.
Gotta call him the mayor.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
not the king, not the queen. It's
Mayor,
the mayor.
Mayor Boo and Mayor Zelda.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
All right. Steven's captured Ellen's pawn.
I did it.
Don't you put it over here? 'Cause you
I
touched
don't.
it.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't fight children.
Oh, maybe it goes into the dog park.
Yes.
Ellen, you're gonna have to keep track of all this because we will not remember.
Right.
Goes to dog park. I'm writing it down.
Yep.
Okay. Goes to dog part.
I don't know what that means, but we'll figure it out.
Uh-huh.
To
Don't know a
dog.
lot of
So now,
things.
Steven,
Uh-huh.
you've made a capture.
I did.
Ellen, what was your last move?
my last move was to move my pawn to that piece
Now, if you undo it,
or to that spot. Yeah.
then you move your pawn back to that piece. It's now undead and back in that space again.
Ooh, I wonder if. What
Are
if?
there 2 copies?
What
though?
if
I don't know.
undead?
I kind of want there to be 2
Okay,
copies.
so now so Ellen has undid her move,
Yeah.
which means that character's back to life and back where it was.
Right.
Now, of course, Steven, you're in a position to capture another piece of Ellen's, but Ellen never moved that piece,
Well, I
so she
didn't-
can't bring that one back.
Hold on a
Okay,
second.
that does make sense. But
Right.
yeah.
Oh, right. I see what you mean. Since I moved that piece forward, then I can undo that move, which brings it back here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So things just come back to life.
Well, it really just goes back to the position it was before, mechanically.
Right.
But, spookily, it comes back to life.
Well, there could be. We could add movement capabilities if
I
a
want
piece
that.
becomes undead.
Right. So that's the thing is you don't want to capture a piece that's just moved because then that gives the other player the opportunity to bring it back. But there's additional strategy because
Uh-huh.
you might still want to do that because it might bring it back into a position where it could be killed again.
Uh-huh.
Or,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Wake
So,
up.
but now, Steven, in your case, you can actually capture another of Ellen's pieces. Now.
All right, because Ellen did your move. Okay, so I can.
Well,
I can, but I don't.
but Ellen can't bring that one back.
Right,
So you,
because that was not.
and
the
you'll
move
be
that was
you'll
last.
be you'll make it to the end of her board, which is the thing in chess.
Yeah. Okay.
So that
Um,
might not have been the best move for Ellen, but we're making this up as we go
Yeah,
along,
that's fine.
so we're not gonna
Yeah.
Okay, so now
I will also say I'm redacting my undead idea because if something's undead, then it's not a 4-dimensional move, right? It has nothing to do with time.
Yes. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, fair enough.
That's true. It's not undead. It had never been dead.
I like the
Exactly.
idea of an undead piece having some advantage to it.
Yeah.
Because then it provides a mechanical motivation for the player to not kill a piece that just moved, because that would allow the player to bring them back. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
It would create the thing that's important in chess is a lot of people don't love this about chess, but the idea of thinking 3 moves ahead or really, really, really spinning your gears as to what the implications of this move will be.
Yeah.
And this feeds into that a little bit.
Yeah.
But let's take it out for now.
Well, I mean, I think it's just a theming thing. You can call it something different, but calling it undead means it's a zombie, and that's weird.
Oh, I suppose that's
true.
all. Yeah, but no, Ellen was saying that she doesn't want the character to be any different once it comes back because it's not time travel anymore.
Okay, that's fair.
Right?
Yeah, well, yeah, so it could be
which is totally fair, right?
Yeah, it could. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I took
Let's
this.
keep playing. Okay.
You can't get it back
because I never moved it. I can't undo a move, right?
Yeah, and your last move was to undo, so I don't think you can continually undo.
I don't think you can undo back. Let's write that down.
Right, because one, you're going to forget
Can't.
what your 3 moves ago was.
Can't.
Let's undo.
Do 2.
Yeah, you can't undo.
Do.
There we go.
I'm 5 years old.
We brought that other theme in there.
Excellent.
You can't undo.
Back to back.
Feeling really proud of myself over here.
Excellent.
You really shouldn't. I shouldn't be proud of myself for laughing at that.
Well, stop validating me then.
Okay, Ellen, I took my turn. Let's continue. I guess.
Yeah, now I'm thinking. So,
Well, here's a question. What happens to Steven's pawn when he makes it to the end of the row, as he
Oh,
just did?
that's another good question.
well, yeah, that kind of. I mean, either way, I'm moving that person there.
Okay.
Oh, wait a second. One of the things you can do in chess, with your first pawn, is jump them 2 spots ahead.
You
That's
can
true, you
do
can.
that. I forgot that was an option.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Okay.
So Ellen has done that
Have done that.
with the piece that she time traveled with earlier.
But you. Okay, so if I take that out, then it can just come back to life because you just undo it. But then you've undone, and you can't undo again. So I don't know if that's a benefit.
Yeah, so when Ellen made that move, I'm like, well, the trades on that really disadvantages you, but of course you can undo.
Right. So I'm going to take it again.
Yep.
See if this works. Go ahead, Alan.
Right. So now, if I were to undo, I wasn't really thinking that far ahead. I don't think I'm cut out for 4-dimensional chess.
Well,
Same.
so Steven is actually in a position to take your Zelda.
I am. Yeah, this is check. That's how chess works. Check.
Mhm.
I think. Yes. It's been a long time since I played chess. I haven't played chess in a long time.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
I could
realize
also
that's
move her. I could
Sure.
move my mayor.
Yeah.
You can.
I'm gonna not undo and just see what happens.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, that's really good. Ellen has moved her mayor diagonally and now basically trapped one of Steven's pawn in his home row. Steven can't move that pawn, and so he probably has to move another piece over there to defend.
Ah!
That, Steven, you just put yourself in check.
I did?
Yes.
Well, and I can't do that. Shoot.
Oh, I just realized that it's gonna be really easy to end up with stalemate here, right? Where you
suspect
just
that's
have
the
2
case, yeah.
mayors moving back and forth.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And we can live with that. Like, this is
Yeah.
prototype. We can solve those problems later.
This be
Yeah.
I can't. What did I do? I moved this. This captured? Oh!
Yeah, you
of
can
course.
undo. All right. So your undo doesn't bring that character
Man.
back. It's just your motion.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use my mayor to take this guy.
Okay.
Okay.
I should have seen that coming.
To the
Yeah,
dock
Steven, I don't
park.
know what you thought that got you.
I thought it was clever at the time.
Okay, so
I don't know. I can't do anything with this.
Steven,
now.
you are still ahead. You have one more pawn.
Yeah,
than Ellen
but
does.
Don't overthink it. This is playtesting.
but the queen is in my the mayor's in my territory and
Uh-huh.
dog parks and whatever.
Yeah.
I did that. I moved my pawn up one.
Okay. Steven
Yeah.
has moved his pawn in
one that was-
capture position of 2 of Ellen's pieces.
Yep.
I don't really see
I don't know.
how this doesn't end in anything except for stalemate.
Right, because when you have 2 kings on the board,
Right.
they can't capture each other.
Right. We're down to the same number of pieces.
Right, and we've not promoted Steven's pawn that made it to the end, so 'cause
Yeah.
we're not dealing with that right now. So
Yeah, can
this
I
is
get-
obviously broken,
Can I get a? Can I? What was it?
and
a
audience
librarian.
and listeners, that's an important part about
We
a
could
prototype.
maybe
is if it's
A lib-
broken, you got to play it through. You got
Yes,
to
we do.
map
We
it
do.
out. So
What is
we're doing
a
that.
librarian, Ellen?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's just a good idea. It's something that you could be promoted to. It would just be kind of scary.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I? I want to be that. Okay. Fine.
Well, we're
Focus,
playing-
Steven.
Fine. All right. We got Well, then what am I supposed to do now? You've done that.
Yeah.
What can I do?
There's not. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
So the board
kinda
now is
stuck.
both of the mayors and one pawn each are on the board right now.
Yes.
You could move up here.
I can't move up here.
Yeah, you can.
I can. I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do that. Okay.
But then I don't know if we need to play this state out. It's going to end up.
It's just gonna.
It's gonna
'cause
end
these
up in a
can't
stalemate,
move,
right?
Really, and so we're just.
Steven
moving the
can't take
kings
my
around.
pawn because that puts
Because that puts him
Steven's
in
mayor
check,
in the range of my mayor.
Yep.
And this one,
We just it's stuck back there, and then you can move yours forward, and then the whole game
it's
is
just
over. Basically.
So I don't think we need to play this state out. I think we are at the point where now we need to make some
So
adjustments.
the result of this test is: does this seem like a good 4x4? Is this fundamentally broken, or can we work with this?
I don't think that it's fundamentally broken. I think that we need to play around with the piece's abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with that.
Okay. Do we like the time travel mechanic? We haven't come up with any strategy for it yet, but I really like it.
I like it so far.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Ellen is silent.
Yeah, I was just thinking
Yeah.
I'm making it more difficult for us. I mean, if we really wanted it to be 4-dimensional, it would also need to be 3-dimensional, which means we'd have to have a cube. Right? And the undo mechanic.
I think
yes.
I think we're at the halfway point through the hour. I think we're allowed to give ourselves some slack at this point.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We're really following the prompt. We'd
Right,
have it as a cube. But I think it would take us the entire hour,
folks. That we're not going to do it to the letter.
The only time.
Only time.
It would take us most of the hour just to make a cube
So,
structure.
Ellen, you're going to have to adjudicate this whether we can do undead powers or not, because I know you don't like it. But I kind of feel Steven got his pawn to the end row, your home row, really quickly, and so we don't have to stick to chess rules on that. I kind of like that he was stuck there. I almost like
really?
I like it because then I mean, as he played it, he didn't know what was going to happen. But if you're an actual player of this game, you would know not to move to the home row because you'd be stuck. And I feel like getting undead is the way you get promoted in this game.
Oh.
And so it's a lot about tricking other players into doing things, and a lot about them realizing, okay, I'll capture this one, and they can make them undead, but then they'll give up the advantage that they would have had, because they were in a really good position to capture another one of my pieces. Yeah. But this is their only opportunity to make an undead, so I'm going to guess they're going to do that to prevent them from, you know what I mean? There's a lot of,
and it is kind of okay because you always have the option to undo. As long as this was the last action, moving it to the end of the board was the last action, you can undo that.
That's
I guess
true.
to do it once though.
You only do it once, yeah.
So
but basically, you'd be trying to do that.
It's a form of resource.
And maybe the promotion for a pawn is to move it like a king, one in any direction.
Okay.
I mean, this thing could start out with all pawns.
It could.
It'd be a much simpler game.
We could try that.
Ooh, that's interesting.
So all pawns you can undo.
Yep.
And if you undo yourself back to life, then that gives you that that promotion.
This is like that movie, The One or whatever, where like this guy goes into a whole bunch of different multiple dimensions and kills himself in all those other multiple dimensions so he could be the most powerful version or something. It's
I'm gonna have to look that one up too.
Yeah, look that.
Okay.
Don't look that up. It's not that good of a movie.
Ellen, does that sound okay to you? Am I making too many changes?
Well, I think to me, what you just described, we started all as pawns. Then what becomes a win state?
Yeah, fair point. Also, I guess stalemate in a sense of like a game of chicken will happen very early.
Yes.
If it's an all pawn game.
Well, yeah, but somebody has to make a move.
So I like the idea.
Well, it becomes checkers in a way.
Oh, that's true. It does become checkers.
People are sleeping on checkers. It's fun.
It's true.
Especially when you get to go chop, 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 chop.
Yeah, that's fun.
Which actually happens like never.
Yeah.
No one ever gets to play that, but that's what they always show in the movies. Like every Disney movie that portrays checkers always has the
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what this game needs is I don't know how that works. I just want it.
I'm gonna write it down.
Okay, cool.
Cha 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 cha
Cha cha cha cha cha.
Hey folks, Mark here. No standard middle of the show message this week because we didn't record one when we recorded this episode. I did want to take a moment though to talk to you a little bit about how we did record this episode. It was recorded at 2DCon 2021. 2DCon is Minnesota's largest nonprofit gaming event. In fact, it's Minnesota's largest gaming event of any kind. Last year, the convention was virtual, and we did our first live episode with them at that virtual convention. This year, it was not virtual. We did the episode in front of a live audience. And you may have heard from time to time on the show, we talk about how the pandemic is not yet over. So why did we do this? Well, 2DCon made special effort to make sure that it was a safe event for all attendees. They took the step to require all attendees to provide proof of vaccination or a recent negative test result before being issued badges, and all attendees were required to wear face masks at all times during the show. During our recording, we moved the front row of the panel room a little further back so that we were always at least 20 feet away from the closest audience member, because we did remove our masks during the recording, but at the same time we wanted to make sure that we were practicing proper, extreme in fact, social distancing to make sure that it remained safe for ourselves and for the audience in the panel room. I wanted to give you a few of those details because I think it's really important to not give the impression that things are normal now. They still aren't. And as we try to get back to some of the things that we love in life, that we do it in a way that is safe, and only in a way that is safe. And that's something that we really care about here at the show. That's something that the organizers of 2DCon really cared about as well. And I hope it's something you care about.
Hi, I'm Ray, and this is my friend Alex.
Hi.
And we do a show called No More Whoppers.
Do you want pins and stickers? Because we don't have them.
Like a broken keyboard, we're out of control.
Check it out. You got Wah Wah Wah, Poe and Hojo. How about a No More Whoa?
Join us every month or so on the Greenlit Podcast Network.
Retrograde Amnesia is a comprehensive podcast about classic Japanese RPGs. Each season, we cover a single game, chapter by chapter, beat by beat.
Season 1 covers Xenogears. Season 2 covers Chrono Cross.
Each episode, we play a section of the game and unpack the story, mechanics, music, and themes.
Also, our post-production AI companion, the FakeNet, fills us in on the finer details we may have missed.
Initializing FakeNet.
Yes, they need me for everything. Find Retrograde Amnesia at greenlitpodcasts.com.
Did you get all the chas in there?
Like 7 chows.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. So it won't have an end state, and that would be a problem. So, I mean, the end state could just be, defeat all your opponents.
Yeah.
Right, get rid of all their pieces.
Wipe them out?
Because the state of because everybody has that base mechanic, and you can undo your moves, the game can just be a stalemate all the time.
Yeah, I wonder if
you have to. I think like maybe there are some pieces that just cannot undo or like have other
Well, I say once you're undead, you can no longer undo that piece.
I have an idea.
Okay.
And what if instead of the end of the game being capturing all the opponent players, it's the game is over once both players get all their pieces to the other side.
Yeah.
And then whoever has the most on the other side, because that would be a motivation to finally choose to put your character in the home row of the opponent player, because you're now scoring a point.
Oh, you get points.
That piece can still be captured.
Uh-huh.
But am I making sense?
Nope.
So okay, you got 2 rows of pawns.
Yep.
And the goal
Wait,
now it's
here and here?
No.
The two
one of these
opposing.
sides.
Okay.
Sides, yeah.
So it becomes Chinese checkers. The goal
Okay.
is to get your pawns to the other side.
Yes.
But and so you don't want to make that last move, because then that piece becomes no longer strategically valuable to you. But you do want to make that move because it gets you a point at the end of the game.
Okay.
Right? So there's the competing motivations there,
So
which is sort of
kind
gives
of
it some
race.
sizzle.
So you're saying I won that last game?
So basically that also yes, Stephen, if that's how you want to interpret it. But it also gives you some motivation to break through the line to get to the other side.
Sure.
Now, when you undo a piece and you get your promotion, that gives that pawn the ability to go and capture some of those points, or whatever.
Oh, capture the ones that were taken.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work, but it feels like the motivation.
Feels like we're deviating from chess.
Yeah, it's chess too.
Okay. Can I offer an alternative?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we keep the promotion mechanic and we
Okay.
keep the undo mechanic, but
Okay.
they're completely separate.
They are completely separate.
Yeah.
Sure.
So one of the things, but we can add a little randomizer, which I think could be potentially interesting.
Randomizer in chess? I love
What?
it.
Okay,
let's do
so
But Ellen, this is not chess now.
I deserved that.
it. Yeah.
I deserved that. Ooh, stars. Okay. Sorry, I got
Are you
distracted
looking
by
for a
this.
die?
I found one.
Oh, okay.
It's a Star Trek die.
Uh-huh. Doesn't have numbers on it, so you might have some trouble.
That doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah, that's true. Random. Is random.
So we start with our mayor. We start with our pawns.
Yep.
And you have the undo, which is like the time travel mechanic.
Yes.
The kind of like, what's that? What was the movie with the the Aliens, Tom Cruise.
War of the Worlds?
No, never mind.
One of those.
Live, Die, Repeat. It used to
Oh,
be Edge of Tomorrow when they renamed it Live, Die, Repeat. Which is, I don't know why they did that. Anyway, okay, so you can undo your move, which can be used to bring a pawn that has been sent to the dog park outside of the dog park back to its previous location.
And it's never going to talk about what it saw there.
It's never going to talk about no.
Well, because it never was there.
No one. We're going to all pretend that it never went there. And then you can also, when you get a pawn to the other side, promote it, and then it can become like one of a few different things. And the way that you decide what it's going to be is like you roll a die. And so
so there's a little bit of risk reward there because it might not be a great thing.
Yeah, well,
maybe it's just a reverse pawn.
Where it can just that'd be kind of cool. We're just if the pawn can only go that way.
It, actually, even with the randomized mechanic, you're bringing it a lot back to chess.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So one of the things that would just be like reverse pawn. It can just head back at the same direction, and then it has to make it there and back again before it can be promoted
Wait a minute.
again.
What if you just get to the other side and you can just go? It's just back and forth, and the game just continues.
Well,
like that'd be interesting on its own.
Would it?
What?
I don't know. I'm trying to get to a place where we can prototype this again, where we can play
test it again.
Yeah.
Well, I
don't know if it would be.
Okay, so we got reverse pawn. What else are we going to do when we roll a die? What are other options?
Well,
could it be like a because the die you're holding it has like a 4-to-2 ratio on it, so you could have if you get the 1/3, you get the crappy result, reverse pawn.
Yeah.
If you get the 2/3, you get the good result. So it could just be 2, positive or negative. Or do you want a whole array of fun options?
Well, we did talk about a glow cloud.
Yes. Glow clouds.
So here's
Go
an
on.
idea. Go on. Okay, so you make it to the other side, and you roll your die, and your die, depending on the result and depending on what size of die you have, you just get a crummy result, and you just become a reverse pawn. You can just march your way back across, to Desert Bluffs and Sad Times.
Yeah.
And then you can march your way back to Night Vale again, and you can try to get yourself promoted again, and then you roll the die again, and then you get a better result, and maybe that's a librarian, and the librarian can move, maybe like all the way, like a rook.
So we're okay.
So it changes the movement somehow.
Yeah.
Whereas the pawn can just move forward, and then it can capture diagonally, but like the rook can move all the way to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In straight lines.
Yes.
If it wants to.
Okay.
Yes.
And then maybe there's like a 1 out of 6 chance that you become a glow cloud. The glow cloud.
Right.
And
that's
then
a queen. You're saying?
Yeah.
I'm hearing in your voice.
Yeah. Well, I don't know exactly what it'd be, but I just feel like it's the glow cloud. And
hail that.
Yes.
Okay.
And that should be a very powerful thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Can we play it? Are we ready to play it?
Yeah. I think,
Yeah.
right?
I'm just trying to. I'm
so
trying
it's
to think.
4 pawns now, right? We start with 4 pawns.
Oh, I think we were.
Oh, I was still
I
thinking
think
we'd
we still
have
have
a
the
mayor.
queen. I think this is still the victory condition.
Yeah, you still have the mayor, and
Or
the win condition is still like in original chess.
Okay.
Yes.
Capture.
All
the
right.
mayor.
Let's give it a go.
Let's do it.
Okay.
You are now white, Ellen.
Okay. Oh boy, now I have responsibilities.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now you gotta
A,
make it
B,
happen.
C, D. We need. Next time we do this, we should have a camera.
Yeah, we really should.
Oh, we did last time.
Well, that's because we were remote.
It was remote. It was a different time.
Tremble at my first move.
Ellen has advanced a pawn. Everybody.
Whoa.
Yep. The mayor, the one that's opposing Steven's mayor.
I don't know what to do now. Oh, I do. Aha! Wait. Aha!
Because you can move 2 pieces.
I moved 2.
Steven moved 2 forward, which puts him in front, beside the pawn. Ellen moves. Steven's pawn is safe, but can't move anywhere.
Yes.
It's trapped.
Right.
Which
That's not bad. I mean, it's
Which
small
is
area.
good because, like, if Ellen decides to go undo, which you can't undo later. Well, I don't know.
If Ellen undid that move, then you could capture.
Yes.
And you'd be instantly promoted.
Yes.
See, that's what I want out of this game is that kind of like second, third move
I
ahead
was
kind
not
of
thinking that ahead. Or ahead. I realized that after the
stuff. Ex
fact.
post facto. I understand. Yeah.
Okay.
Just take the win.
Yeah.
Okay, so I advanced my mayor 1.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Mhm.
I'm gonna not bait. Bait? Bait.
You know what's good?
Saying bait doesn't
I'm
make
not
it bait.
commenting on your moves yet.
Uh-huh.
You'll know
Okay.
if I do. But what I do like about this game so far is you're having to think. Like you're not just
Yeah, that's true.
making these throwaway moves.
Yeah.
I am thinking about it. Okay, I moved my pawn that was opposite Ellen's mayor
Right.
forward 1.
Okay.
So it is right next to Ellen's mayor.
Right. So it is at risk of Ellen's mayor and the pawn that's next to Ellen's mayor. But both of those moves, Ellen can't capture with the mayor because that would put her in check.
Yes.
Ellen could capture with the other pawn, but then you can capture with your pawn, and so it's an even exchange. But with the undo mechanic, we'll see what happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I think this is where I think having the undo being the promote has some value, because it's hard to see what undo it gives you right now.
Yeah, I like the idea of there just being 2 of that pawn when you undid. You get an additional pawn.
I moved my
or something.
Where does the second one go?
I don't know. There's one in the dog park, quote unquote, and then there's one on the field. I don't know where the other one goes. It just sounded cool because it makes sense for time travel purposes.
Right.
Okay,
that's a different theory of time travel. Yeah,
that's true.
The primer, or whichever.
Yeah, primer.
Yeah.
Ellen, you moved your pawn up.
I moved my pawn up. Yeah.
Okay. So there are 2 pawns that Steven could capture. Should
Facing
he choose.
a wall of evil from Desert Bluffs over here.
Now there seems like a pawn that seems like there'd be no
That
consequence if
seems
you took
good.
it, but then Ellen could undo that move.
I'm gonna take this pawn.
Steven has taken a pawn,
I've
not the
taken-
one Ellen just moved.
Yeah, but the other one.
I don't know how much of this you're all keeping track of in your mind's eye, but
Yeah, you can't see it. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
audience. It's cool, I swear. Also, our podcast listeners can't see it either, but they're used to that.
yeah.
All right. Is it my turn?
They've learned to cope.
It is
Well,
your turn, yeah.
I feel like the right thing for me to do would be to do an undo, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Because actually I'm not, because I want to take this guy.
Yeah, well, you couldn't
Put him
have
in the
undone
dock.
to save that character because it wasn't the one you just moved.
Right. So
All right,
now
Steven
you
has
get
been promoted, so he rolls the die.
Okay, so
Oh, I rolled the die. That's right. That's
maybe
the
we
die?
just get a regular one.
Okay. we
Here.
can go regular.
Here. Here's
Oh.
one.
Okay,
Hey,
so
they've got the extra
6 is the
Glow cloud.
fancy one.
Glow cloud.
4, 5 is the
Librarian.
and then 1, 2, 3
It's
is the
just
reverse
regular.
pawn.
You just
Yeah.
reverse pawn.
He's just traveling back.
6.
What?
Dang.
Okay, you get
Hoisted by your own petard.
the glow cloud will be represented by the Enterprise.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh boy.
The Galaxy class USS Enterprise D is now on the board.
Oh my gosh. I can't escape it. All right, yes. That was my turn. So Ellen, it is your turn again. Oh, I only have 3 pieces though. Oh, because you captured one and I captured one. That makes sense.
Yep.
But one of mine is more powerful.
You're gonna clean up now. Although the board is so small, and if you get within a space of the mayor, you know that character's doomed. So we'll see how this works.
Does Night Vale have lasers?
Does Night Vale have lasers?
We're getting shrugs from the audience.
I'm not sure. Answer's maybe.
Okay.
You can't add lasers in the middle of the game.
Yeah, I can.
We're making this game on our own. You can do whatever you want. But it
Ellen, I'm trying to help
I'm
you out. He's
sorry.
going to pull
I'm
out
sorry.
lasers and then you're in trouble.
Wouldn't they be phasers though?
I mean,
They would be phasers on the Galaxy class USS Enterprise D.
Okay.
Steven.
Fine. Are there phasers in Night Vale?
No.
Okay. Well,
No.
all right then.
Okay, so here's the interesting thing. Couldn't I undo my last move, and then that would undo Steven's last move
What was your last move?
Oh,
to capture this guy?
yes.
Oh, you know what it would do? That would capture Steven.
What? That's not how that works.
Well, you're just moving to that position.
But
See, and this is the thing I don't really like about the way that we've talked about undo, and that's that
okay.
it undoes cool stuff like Steven becoming the glow cloud.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't want to undo that.
Well, but Steven, then you could undo, and then you just.
right, but then we're just back where we started.
But what if undo? What if our time travel mechanic wasn't so much like you just like, but
Right.
more like you pull?
Well, how about this? You just can't undo to capture. There's,
Well,
it's just something in your way.
let me finish my thought.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
What if you're like pulling in kind of like the Lovecraftian spookiness? You're like pulling from the multiverse, and you bring in a previously destroyed piece.
That's what I was going for. Sort of. Not exactly.
Wait,
actually.
it just seems like an extra thing now. Like it's not.
I mean, yeah.
What do you mean by extra thing?
That's like so you can move, undo, or this third action.
No. I'm saying instead of undo, there's no undo.
Oh, okay. You're replacing undo.
Yeah.
What?
We got to play this out though.
Yeah. Okay. We'll play it out with the undo mechanic.
Well, I think, but I think we can say without breaking what we've got going, we can say you can't undo into a capture. So
Okay.
If Ellen undid the capture she just did,
All right.
that would be reverse diagonal to a space you're currently in.
Yeah.
Which would let's just say you can't do that.
Okay.
I think that's a reasonable rule.
Do
Okay.
It doesn't change any of the game you've played up to now.
a
Okay.
capture.
You Can't undo.
Rule.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rule.
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
Okay. That actually kind of helps because then if you can kind of put yourself in a position that your previous character just went to to prevent them from undoing. So there's strategy to it too.
Yes.
I feel like Mark's definitely thinking about the chess aspect of it, and I'm most like glow cloud, glow cloud,
Yeah.
glow cloud.
Glow cloud.
Well, the thing I'm sitting over here like commenting and not playing, so like I have like a different energy.
That's fair.
Sure,
That's
fair enough.
What if you did this? What if you did that? Like,
Well, yeah, you're the developer. We're the playtesters.
I'm like
turn,
the
right?
sibling with the controller that's not plugged
Yeah.
in.
You totally are. Sit down, Mark.
I feel really
Go get
bad.
me a pop.
No, I'm having a great time.
Okay, that's
All right,
good.
but it is Ellen's turn.
It's my turn.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna move my mayor diagonally. What? Yeah, here.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Ellen's moved in a
Thanks.
position.
No, I'm sorry. They made it sound sarcastic. I was being sincere.
Ellen has now pinned one of Steven's pawns that remains in the home row. So basically, there's nothing Steven can do in the next turn to capture, and one of Ellen's pawns is in the way of his Galaxy-class USS Enterprise D.
Glow cloud.
Glow cloud.
Fair
Glow
enough.
cloud has moved.
Yep.
Left. One. Up one. Whatever. And
Oh,
I've
shoot.
put Ellen's mayor in check.
Yep, Ellen is now in check.
That's right,
think
because
it's
glow
check.
cloud moves all the ways.
Yeah.
I think it's
All
checkmate.
across all dimensions.
I would say it's OP.
I think it's checkmate.
Why would it be
probably.
checkmate?
Ellen can
Right,
capture your pawn.
Oh, yeah, that is safe.
Yeah, it's not check.
That's fair.
What are you talking about?
My
Yeah.
bad. My B.
Go to the dog park. Go to the dog park.
All right, Ellen has captured a pawn. Steven is left with his mayor and his glow cloud.
But then you just move up. I don't play enough check.
I need to get a pawn to the other side, but you can easily prevent me from doing that. I think.
Steven,
I
a strategy here is to get.
Don't tell me what to do.
All right.
Only because I want to fall.
You just volunteered. I don't play a lot of chess, which was to me was like help me. But okay.
No, that's fair.
You know what?
That's
This isn't chess. It's chess too.
I'm on Team Ellen now. Everybody.
okay. I regret my decision.
You've got the powers of glow cloud. I just don't
I
see
know.
how you
I'm
lose.
seeing myself messing.
Oh
this
no,
up,
I'm
that's
so.
why.
I need
gonna-
to stop playing with this.
I'm gonna
Tootsie Pop.
I'm gonna capture. No, that's my own piece. That doesn't make sense.
No, it's not.
Is it? Don't. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna capture this then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See, this is where it'd be really helpful to have like fully themed Night Vale versus Desert Bluff.
Yes.
pieces.
Yes,
You wouldn't
yeah.
get confused.
Right. And
'Cause
I
you-
would be able to tell the
If
difference.
you were Night Vale, you'd know.
Oh yeah. You definitely know because
Yep.
it's got purple. And Desert
It
Bluffs
does
is-
actually. That is like one of the colors from the.
That's what I thought.
I've lost
In
track
the
of
art
whose
from the
mayor
show.
is whose. Who's in check right now? Is anybody?
No one's in
No
check
one's
right
in-
now.
Okay.
No, that's not true. Ellen's in check.
No, I am in check right now. Yep.
Ellen is the boo.
Because Ellen's the boo. Okay.
Yeah, I don't see how.
So
I'm
Steven has moved his glow cloud diagonally to Ellen's
You're-
mayor, who's in the corner. So
I'm
kind of
pretty
trapped.
screwed.
Yeah, I think it's not looking good.
Not
Looking good.
but I could go here.
it's literally your only legal move.
Yep.
Ellen has moved back a space to the one available.
You've got me like in one.
Don't
move.
say that. I don't know how to do it. I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, if you move there, then I.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, chess.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, Steven, you're in a good position, but it'll take you 2 turns.
Why am I the one playing this? Mark, you should.
Because you're in the middle.
Because I know. Mark,
mean,
you like chess.
I offered to help.
I know. I should have just said, Mark, tell me what to do.
Too late for that now.
Well, the end
Well,
of
if it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
the end of this
Oh,
game
okay,
will be the end of our prototyping session.
Yep.
I
I'm gonna
think, so.
put this here.
Okay.
Okay.
That was a fine choice.
Thank you.
That was a fine choice.
Ellen's saying that because it was the wrong move.
No.
Well, I don't think it was because regardless of whether you had moved here or here,
hmm
I can only move here with my
Yes.
mare into this corner because I did some dumb things earlier.
Well, that's true. You can move back and diagonal one.
Oh, I could. That's no,
In fact, that's the opening Steven gave you.
right.
You're still gone in 2 turns, but now before you'd been gone 1 turn.
Okay. See, I don't know how to do this.
Mhm.
Here.
Basically, Ellen has her mayor and 1 pawn, and the only aggressive character you've got, and Ellen is moving with that pawn because it's the only way she can have any kind of offensive.
Yeah.
Steven has moved his mayor to prevent Ellen's pawn from reaching her home row, which is the right move.
Yes. I definitely intended that.
Well, you didn't want her to reach there because then suddenly you
it makes sense. I just didn't think.
Ellen has no aggressive moves
clouds.
because she can't be aggressive with her mayor.
Right.
Which is annoying.
Yeah, that's chess. That's chess, baby.
Boo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the only thing I can do is this. Really.
Yeah. So Ellen's now further retreating into her own territory.
Do that. This is better?
Yep. Steven is moving in with his superpowered character.
I have to back up again.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get my
Steven has captured Ellen's last pawn and
sent to the dog park.
That is not checkmate, but Ellen has no legal moves.
Correct.
Oh, isn't that a stalemate in chess?
No. Actually, I don't know what happens in that case. If you have to...
No, I think I lose. I think it's still checkmate.
Yeah, you have to resign or you'd have to skip a term. I don't even know. Anyway, in any case, Ellen has lost.
I have definitely lost.
Everybody clap for Ellen, who just lost. Thank you. And I mean, I guess give Steven a round of applause, too.
I won the game.
What did we learn, kids?
Good question.
Get the glow cloud.
Yeah.
Get the glow cloud.
We're coming up on the top of the hour, so we got to get our lessons learned now.
Well, yeah. So I think if we were going to continue iterating on this, which I want to now, because
say that every time
we do every time.
We just like making things.
Well. Yes, and...
Well, let me eat up just a tiny bit of the remaining time to let everyone in the audience know how much fun it is to do this as an activity.
Yeah, that's very fun.
Like, even if you don't feel even if you have no aspirations of game design, like, this is a great way to spend an hour.
Yeah.
It's just to have a prompt, make a thing, and it's kind of broken at the end, but, like, it gives you a lot of energy, and you could put it aside forever or take it somewhere else later. It's a lot of fun, and it really exercises your critical thinking, like, the elements of your brain to, like, think about all the possibilities of how this game might play, all the scenarios that players would encounter. And you realize how big a possibility space even a simple game is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's such a cool thing to know.
Yeah, it is.
I think I don't think the undo mechanic is something I'd stick with.
I think we have just a fundamental disagreement because that's my favorite thing.
It gets too finicky for me,
Yeah.
and also I just think when I'm thinking of like the alternative on the time travel, like 4-dimensional take, where you just keep bringing people back, like pulling from the multiverse and bringing them back, then you'd have like this stream of people going towards the other side, and it would just have a more zany, weird quality to it. I think that'd be kind of fun.
I think that might be part of why we're disagreeing, is because I'm not thinking a lot about the theme. I don't have the capability to right now. And so when you're talking about like waves of characters and that maybe fits more with it feeling more in tune with the theme, where I'm not connecting those dots.
Yeah.
And so I'm not feeling any of that.
I still feel like multiple timelines works with both themes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That we didn't get a chance.
So
to
let's each go and make 3 different versions.
Perfect.
And we'll put it to a vote.
Yeah, we got 4 hours or 4 minutes. Yeah, we can do that.
We have 180 seconds.
Go.
What?
Well, I like this. I like that we ended up in a place where like it could go in multiple ways.
Mm-hmm.
And we've come in past episodes, we've come up with concepts that we all are on the same page on, and we all know we want to go forward. But it is just as illustrative and interesting when like we have like a core that we all like a lot about this.
Yeah.
But we'd each take it in a totally different direction.
Yeah.
And we could find our way together in the end or something if we did keep working on it. But I like that a lot. It's interesting about like there isn't one obvious way to keep going here.
Yeah. And maybe we'd end up on the same page, but we'd have to test it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like you can be so committed to an idea and then you play it out, you run it through, you test it, and you're like, well, I've exhausted that, and it turns out I was wrong.
Yeah.
Which happens not infrequently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Play testing. Important. If you leave this room with one idea in your head, it's that play testing is important.
Yes.
And also ideas like 4-dimensional Welcome to Night Vale chess, or we didn't get to this one, but Conductor of the Poop Train.
Right. I think we probably missed our opportunity there.
Well, I think we did a pretty good job of meeting the prompt. I think we got our ideas, we kind of connected them and synthesized them into one. And we did have we actually went through like 2 games worth of playtesting, which is like probably a record.
That's impressive.
In 45 minutes.
Yeah, self-assessment. Great job, team.
Yeah, go us.
Thank you all for coming and for giving us these wild, crazy ideas. Feel free to say hi after the show. We have another session coming up. Who's next here in this room? Do you know?
You shouldn't ask me that because I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Well, all right.
All right.
Hey, that's our show. Check out our website, nicegames.club, for show notes and links to resources on this game. We're going to put the rules up as best we can, and maybe you can try it at home. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this episode and our programming in general. Go to nicegames.club/feedback. Tell us what you think. You can get in touch with us on Twitter at nicegamesclub, where Dale tweets about game dev resources, and Steven, you're not going to like this, something different each episode.
I didn't edit the script.
Or you can email us, contact@nicegames.club. If you want to support the show, there are so many ways. You can give us a review on your favorite podcast app. That goes for you in the audience as well. You can tell your friends about your favorite episodes once you've listened to a lot of them. Join our Discord by visiting nicegames.club/Discord. And we are also on Patreon. As a patron of the show, you'll enjoy bonus content, extra jokes, and a whole lot more. You can sign up for that, patreon.com/nicegamesclub. So, until we start again, remember to
play nice
and Tootsie Pop.
Ellen.
and make nice.
Thank you.